So, Rupali ji, would you like to say a small shloka, some prayer before we begin?
Sure. Friends, yeah, we are here. We are gathered here to gain some knowledge about Ayurveda. Rather, everybody here is very much interested in gaining different types of knowledge through HUA. So, why not pray Lord Saraswati? So, bring your both hands closer to your heart. You can close your eyes, sit relaxed but straight. And we will say a very nice shloka for Goddess Saraswati. ॐ नमस्ते शारदे देवी सरस्वती मतिप्रदे वसत्वं मम जिह्वाग्रे सर्वविद्याप्रदा भव ॐ हरि ओम.
Thank you, Rupali ji.
So yeah, Pradnya ji, you can start.
Yeah. So, namaste everyone. Welcome to today's open house on Ayurveda Advanced Nutrition. And this course is being taught by Dr. Rupali Panse, and she is the speaker for today's webinar as well. She has completed her BAMS in 2001 and is also a child counselor from Pune University in India. She has 20 plus years of experience in clinical Ayurveda, Panchkarma, and Ayurvedic nutrition. She practices as an integrative nutrition, wellness, and lifestyle consultant in Orlando, USA, and is the Vice President, Ayurveda Association of Florida. She has been in panel of academic expert and teaching faculty in CCIH, Integrative Dietetics, and Ayurveda Nutrition at Savitribai Phule Pune University in India, and also a resource person for National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur. She's a visiting faculty at MIU, Minnesota, and also a passionate writer. She's also an author and has published renowned national and international publications, has some books to her name, and she enjoys blogging as well. And her passion is to spread awareness about Ayurveda, importance of proper diet, lifestyle, and preventing and curing health problems. She is an active Ayurveda propagator through various social media platforms and podcasts. And she has her Instagram, Twitter, and her own website as well. I'll be sharing those links with you sometime during this open house. So without and I'm sure most of you present here already know her, but still this was a quick introduction for Dr. Rupali Panse. And with that, we will go ahead and begin. Dr. Rupali Panse, over to you. You can start, and to ask any question, please raise your hands. We are only 19-20 of us right now. So just raise your hands and we will invite you to ask your questions.
Namaste everyone. I welcome all of you. I can see few of you joining from India, so good morning to all of you. Few are from United States. I can see Sophia joining from Brazil. So hi everyone. And basically today's open house is an opportunity for all of you to ask me as many questions as you can. Usually what happens when we keep webinars, we talk about the topic and there is very less time to, interact with me, ask me questions. So we arrange this open house so that you can ask whatever questions you have. And another aim of this open house is announcing and encouraging all of you to take Ayurveda courses that we are offering through HUA. And my next Ayurveda nutrition course will be Ayurveda Advanced Nutrition, which will be starting from next Thursday. So if you have any questions about Ayurveda, your health, general Ayurveda nutrition, or about course, how to enroll, what is the fee, what will be the content covered in the course, this is the right time, this is the right opportunity for you to all ask questions. And yeah, so till you ask question, let me say some words about Ayurveda Advanced course, which is the second step after Ayurveda Essential Nutrition that we are offering through HUA from almost 3 years now. So Ayurveda Essential Nutrition course is the basic step to understand the theories in Ayurveda, which are exclusively regarding nutrition. And the next step is Ayurveda Advanced Nutrition, which we are offering through HUA to get all this theoretical knowledge from Ayurveda nutritional theories to your day-to-day practice, understanding your Prakriti. And once you know your Prakriti, how will you manage your food during over the period, life stages, various life stage, for example, childhood, young age, adulthood, old age, all these life stages have different requirements of nutrients, different distribution of three doshas throughout life stages. So this course will be, talking about very important aspects where you can incorporate this Ayurveda theory in your day-to-day practice. And of course, um, this advanced course will be deep dive into the theories like incompatible food combinations that we have already learned in Ayurveda Essential Nutrition, etc. And of course, Ayurveda Advanced Nutrition is about various health diseases and how you can tackle those health diseases with nutritional remedies, how you can, use nutrition as a potent tool to overall prevent the disorders also and to treat many health disorders also. So this is the overall structures of Ayurveda advanced course. And Pragnaji, if you have any, questions or points which you particularly want me to talk on, you can go ahead till the participants are ready for their own questions.
Yes, Rupali ji. One thing that I did not mention while introducing you to the participants was this, that I'm also learning Ayurveda from Rupali ji. I mean, I took her essential nutrition course. And, I was like, I had my own inhibitions, whether or not I'll understand all these complex things that Ayurveda talks about, those the concepts, because they at times tend to intimidate you, those words, because we think, okay, we'll not understand this. But thank you for that, Rupali ji. It was lovely taking that course, Essential Nutrition. And first thing that I would like to tell this to everyone here, it is not that, in 11 classes, we all become masters in it. Of course, we don't. But what it has done to me, at least, it has made me conscious of my dietary choices now. So now, after going through your class, I know, okay, if I'm doing this, is this the right thing for me to eat? Does this suit my Prakriti? Will this be okay if I have cough? Should I be eating this, not be eating this? Okay, so like being Indians, all these things, many things we've heard through generations, like Nani and Dadi and your mother, like passed on through generations. But now when, backed by solid knowledge, okay, hearing it from a doctor, okay, this is to be done, not to be done, maybe backs it up in a stronger way. It has definitely made me more conscious about what I do, what I choose. And I think being conscious is the first step to a healthy person. The moment we become conscious, we know that, okay, we're going to make the right decisions and right choices in life. So yes, Rupali ji, after, I do have a couple of questions. Many people will have this. Can we practice Ayurvedic nutrition easily in our day-to-day life, or is it very complex? I want you to answer this.
Sure, Pradnaji. First of all, thank you so much for your feedback, and you put exactly in right words what is the purpose of all these courses to start with. Because this my own journey about Ayurveda nutrition started with the patients or my clients, because while trying to teach them about Ayurveda theories, I started documenting all those things, and then it turned into book, then it turned into classes, courses, etc. But yeah, it is really very important, first of all, to appreciate the food we are eating. We do not appreciate the importance of food. Rather, we just consider food or meal as a routine activity of our day. So the whole purpose of starting these Ayurveda courses is to bring your attention to what you are eating. It is not only important what you are eating, but how you are eating is also important. How you are treating your food will decide how the food you are consuming will be going to treat your body, your mind. So the food will be nourishing, healing if you treat the food properly. So you said very correctly, understanding Prakriti, understanding the concept of Agni, understanding the concept of Ama will definitely change your perspective towards cooking techniques, towards preparing your food, or towards choosing the food item also. um, Ayurveda theories are not complex. Once you are very well accustomed with those terms, or once you understand the overall, essence behind those theory, you will find that Ayurveda theories will be helping you a lot. They will be making your day-to-day cooking job very easy, because you know exactly what to avoid and what to include for your own individualized choices, for your own individualized requirements, in terms of Prakriti, in terms of your age, or in terms of any health condition you are already suffering from. So I will definitely, I say confidently that Ayurveda is a way of life, is a very simple and holistic way of life. So theories are definitely not complex, and they are more easy to apply in your day-to-day life. I think we have questions in chat box. Shall we go ahead with those, Pradnya?
Yes. So
Yeah,
should I? The first question is, what do you think about the professional attitude of modern nutritionists? I'll not read the example, but just a
right.
general thing. What do you think of
Sure, sure. So Sophia is
modern profession?
asking,
Yeah.
when they are putting on nutritional plans, something like the one to eat one apple, day two, eat two apples, day three, three apples, day four, eat one apple, and the circle continues. Okay. So a modern nutritionist basically considered diet in terms of macronutrients and micronutrients, right? Protein, carbs, fat, etc., and vitamins, minerals, etc., right? Um, and most of the times, not all the time, but most of the times, it is mere calculations of calorie, micronutrients, and macronutrients. But Ayurveda um, consider food as separate entity which have its own 20 types of properties. So every food carries either one or many of those 20 types of properties. For example, take an example of apple. Since you are given an example of apple, let me talk about apple. So apple is sweetest. Apple is having little bit, astringent taste also. Apple is nourishing most of the times Pitta dosha and Kapha dosha. It will be increasing Vata dosha. So apple has its own nature, and eating one apple. But how you are going to eat it? Either you are going to eat fresh apple, or you are going to, marinate in some spices, or you are making apple pie out of it. So cooking techniques also considered in Ayurveda, which is most of the time are a little bit neglected in modern nutritionists, because they just want to fill the calories. They have very calculated formulas or calculated diet plans for you, which are many of the times are, kind of difficult to follow, because we cannot measure our food in ounces or grams or like that every time when we are eating our lunch or dinner. So their approach is most of the time calculative, and just completing the targeted macro and micronutrients. But Ayurveda considered not only food, but the person who is going to eat that food. So whether the person is able to digest that food, whether the food is compatible for that Prakriti or life stage, all particular health condition, etc. So all these angles, all these perspectives make Ayurveda nutrition more holistic, and you can complement both sciences together and get a perfect ideal solution for your client or patient through Ayurveda nutrition. So this is a very good question, Sophia, because both perspectives are very different and we need to integrate them for the benefit of society.
Rupali ji, Professor Goel has his hand up. So I'll unmute him. Let us take his question first.
Sure.
Professor Goel, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Good morning, Dr. Rupali, Dr. Pragya ji, for giving me the wonderful opportunity. I'm greeting you from Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is known to the entire world, sadly for Mahabharata. But I always say Kurukshetra as a place is the first ever university on the planet because the objective of a university is to get knowledge. And the best possible knowledge has been given by Lord Krishna himself in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Let me tell you, Bhagavad Gita is a ism neutral, religion free treatise on management, relationship management, and welfare economics. And let me share with you that I have come out with a conceptualization. Gita inspired needonomics, economics of needs. Say no to greed, which is required to be understood practically for needo health, required for needo happiness by everybody. And I appreciate the contribution of Ayurveda. I have already spoken to many of the directors and principals of Indian system of medicine institutions. They are at NIPA. And I believe that completely, absolutely, we have to go in for adopting Ayurveda. But at the same time, most of the people around the world have become doctors themselves. Instead of just going to the doctor, they go in for multiple drug therapy. I want to have the opinion of Dr. Pali on that. And since I have a Vat Prakriti, I want to know what kind of food I should not eat. Glad to listen you, Rupali, please.
Good. Sure. Thank you for asking your question. So, yeah, let's talk about Vata Prakriti first. And I think many people will be benefited from this answer. So, Vata, you need to understand the properties of Vata. If you want to be friend with your enemy, or if you want to be peace with your enemy, you should understand the nature of that person. So, for that, understand the nature of Vata. Vata is very dry in nature. It is very chanchal. Vata is very unstable. So the main nature of Vata is it cannot stay at one place. Vata is cold in nature. So the food you are going to eat definitely will be taming to the Vata dosha, will be Vata Shamak food. So food which is properly cooked with water, which is snigdha gunatmak. That means it is having appropriate amount and appropriate form of fat or snigdhansha. The food which is warm, food which is not too dry in texture, food semi-solid or liquid food. Food which is having sweet taste or sour taste or little bit salty taste, it's considered as vata pacifying food. But when we are talking about sweet taste, we are not talking about sugar, but we are talking about food classes which is rich in carbohydrate, protein, and fat. To understand the theory of rasa, I always give an example that Madhura rasa, which is described in Ayurveda, is not sweet taste as in sugar, but what is the ultimate output of food or macronutrients that you digest in your body? It's a sugar molecule, right? Whether you are eating a chapati, whether you are having a teaspoon of coconut oil, or any source of protein. Finally, it is going to convert into a sugar molecule, which is going to be used for the energy formation. So, the food which is going to create energy in your body is called as Madhura Rasatmak food in Ayurveda. So, definitely good form of fat, good form of protein, and good form of carbohydrates are really essential to pacify the Vata dosha. If you want to tame your Vata dosha, you should never eat stale food. You should never eat food which is dry in nature, like farsan, chivda, crackers, chips, or soda or cold drink, like that. So, apart from food, it is very important to concentrate on your dinacharya also. To pacify Vata dosha, most of the times Abhyanga, which is like applying a body overall, gentle massage with coconut oil or sesame oil is recommended in Vata dosha. Um, Ayurveda is a very beautiful science which consider multiple modalities to prevent disorders, to gain wellness, and to overall treat disorders also. So we do not, Ayurveda doctors do not rely upon only on medicines. So first of all, we concentrate on dinacharya and rutucharya, which is a part of lifestyle. Then we concentrate on nutrition, then on the formulations or Ayurveda medicines, and then on panchakarma. So for Vata dosha, along with nutrition, along with lifestyle, along with Ayurvedic formulations, we also considered Basti Chikitsa, which is medicated enema-like therapy for Vata pacifying objectives. So it doesn't mean that you have to have disorders to pacify Vata, but overall, if you are Vata Prakriti, it is very highly recommended that you take help of all these modalities in Ayurveda to pacify Vata dosha. I think this generalized answer, you know, will be helpful for many people here if they are having Vata dosha. And I think
Okay.
second question you have asked about multiple drug therapy. So what is your opinion on multiple drug therapies? By this multiple drug therapy, do you mean at the same time if somebody is taking Ayurveda medicine, somebody is taking modern medicine, etc.? So
Yes, yes.
if that is your question, so I think the Ayurveda medicine is very potent medicine. It definitely works on biochemical level. So it is highly recommend to talk with your doctor, Ayurveda doctor, and as well as your modern physician before starting any medicine. Because yes, Ayurveda medicine can give you results in a single day also. So if you are taking medication for hypertension, allopathy medicines, and if you're also taking ashwagandha or rasagandha or medicines which are working on hypertension, then drug interaction is quite possible. But almost, it is a very rare, it occurs in very rare occasions because Ayurveda formulations are mostly spice based or herbs based or food items are used many times. So there are not life-threatening interactions. There is not no possibility of life-threatening interactions, but it is always wise to consult your Ayurveda physician before starting multiple drug therapy at the same time for single disorder.
Thank you, Dr. Rupali. At the same time, let me tell you, I had a problem in August, herpes. And when I went to the
Uh,
skin specialist, he simply asked me, have you been taking Ayurvedic medicine? That may be the cause because the virus which causes herpes is basically caused by some unbranded just medicines you are taking from Ayurveda. I'm sorry to tell you that this was narrated to me by one skin specialist. So I had a curiosity to ask you this question whether, particularly in such situation, should we go in for taking Ayurvedic, allopathic, and homeopathic medicine together, or it can be taken by a gap. I believe that if we have a time gap, I think multiple drug therapy is being used by many of the doctors.
In fact, for herpes, repeated herpes, I have encountered so many cases, and Ayurveda medicines gives beautiful results in herpes overall for detoxification of body and reducing the heat and reducing the overall scars and neuralgia after herpes. Okay,
Thank you,
moving
Rupali ji.
ahead.
Yes, then we can have Vijay Kaneji. Let him ask his question now. Okay. Vijay ji, you can unmute yourself.
Namaste, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Vijay ji.
Vijay.
Okay, great. So I agree with Pragnya ji. I took that course in Ayurveda Essential Nutrition with Rupali ji, and I have also taken a few other courses in Ayurveda. I'm also studying Ayurveda on my own. And the points that Pragnya ji made, I can totally relate to that. That number of things we heard in this presentations or we learned in this class I've already started applying all of those in my own diets, and I've already seen a significant change in my overall health. A couple of other things I wanted to mention was um, some of the things were already covered, but I really believe it's very important to get an Ayurvedic consultation from a qualified Ayurvedic Vaidya before we start going to, all the Indian stores sell all these trifalas and ashwagandhas and goguls and everything. And I've seen people just willy-nilly make their own combinations and concoctions, and they have no idea what their Prakriti is. And they start doing this thing. So maybe Rupali ji can elaborate a little bit more on that subject. And then about the Western medicine, especially internal medicine, it's all pharmacentric. It's all about prescribing Western pharmaceutical medications. The whole concept is very, very different. And so I like to call Ayurveda a combination of internal and external medicine, because Rupalji was talking about Abhyanga, and the gentleman that called earlier said he is Vata Prakriti, so am I. And this concept of applying oils just doesn't exist in Western medicine at all. And I think this is a very important thing that is really getting missed out on. And then, Rupali ji, maybe you can uh, give a little bit more elaborate um, explanation about those
Sure.
things. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Vijayji, the whole concept is called as Swasthavavrata in Ayurveda, which is nothing but a very uh, broad spectrum concept in public health. So in Ayurvedic Granthas, the whole thing starts with how to start your day, what to do when you get up. So overall preventive measures are mm, much given importance in Ayurveda. And what you said is really very correct. Applying oil to hair, applying oil to your body, doing oil pulling. These are not modern concepts. These are scientific traditional methods which takes care of your sense organ, because skin is the largest organ, not only sense organ, but it is the largest organ of your body. And if you're not taking care of your largest organ, which is covering your physical body, which is protecting your physical body, definitely you are making your skin more susceptible for diseases. And Abhyanga is one example. Nasya is second important example. Just by putting 2 drops of oil in both nostrils, you can have benefits on your eyes, on your ears, on your mandible portion. Then you can have benefits on for your brain health. It can improve your sleep. It can improve your overall memory, and so many things are beneficial by just using Nasya. Same with the oil pulling. Pulling is it sounds a little bit different concept, but once you get used to do oil pulling, my clients, my patients give me feedback that their cavities, over salivation, or unexplained dryness, all these complaints are relieved so easily just by just doing oil pulling. So this concept of Swastha should be focused more, at least in today's era where infective disorders are not the problem, but non-communicable disorders are problem, where our body is creating disorders on its own because we are not taking care of our body and mind properly. We are not taking care of our nutrition. We don't know exactly what to eat, how to eat, and how not to eat. So yes, by following Ayurvedic Dinacharya, Ayurvedic Rutucharya, and Ayurvedic Ahar, you can prevent so many diseases. You can have peace of mind. You can have good physical and mental health. So thank you for bringing this point up in this discussion. Sophia has a question. She is asking, what would you say about Ayurveda's consideration about food when a person is having asthma crisis? So, various health disorder and food which is targeted for that particular health related disorder or health condition is a very important aspect in Ayurveda, which is called as Pathya diet. So, Pathya diet is a specific diet which is used to bring down the doshas which are imbalanced or to pacify dosha or to particularly increase one dosha because it is pathologically reduced is called as Pathya Ahara. And asthma is supposed to be disorder of Vata and Kapha most of the times. So Vata and Kapha are two doshas which are carrying opposite natures, opposite properties. So if they come together, if they form a pack, it is really very difficult for the Vaidyas to separate them and to treat them. So for asthma, diet plays very important role. So Vata pacifying diet or Vata Kapha pacifying diet. With simple spices, with simple herbs, benefit a lot in overall asthma-related patients. There are few formulations which are being prepared by using simple spices like cumin, dry ginger, black pepper, shatavari, then long pepper root. These are beautiful spices which can reduce the overall coughing tendency, which can give relief or which can overall increase the asthma frequency or it can delay the time duration between two attacks, weight loss, then headaches. There are so many complications in asthma. So Ayurveda nutrition can definitely help to not only treat the main disorders but also to deal with the complication associated with that disorder.
Thank you, Rupali ji.
Okay.
Prakriti Joshi ji, she has her hand up, so we'll allow her to talk and ask her questions.
Sure.
Yeah, Prakriti.
Hello.
Ji.
Hi, this is Prakriti. I have a child who we found out when he was maybe a couple of years old that he had food allergies. He still has. So I want to know if Ayurveda has any cure or anything for food allergies, as wide as gluten, tree nuts, all kinds of nuts, sesame included. So I am very curious about whether or not Ayurveda has any cure for food allergies.
Sure, Prakriti. So basically, allergy is considered as a micro level indigestion in Ayurveda. So it's not the fault of those seeds or any allergen, but there is something wrong with your body's immune reaction to that particular allergen or that particular food or any foreign body. So Ayurveda improves immunity from root. Ayurveda increase the overall immunity by improving the digestion, which is not only macro digestion but micro digestion also. Dhatu is a very important concept in Ayurveda, which is tissue. Dhatu is nothing but tissues, blood tissue, lymph tissue, bone, muscle, adipose, shukra dhatu, like reproductive tissues, etc. Ayurveda considers that allergies and Rakta Dhatu are closely associated. So Ayurveda formulations or Ayurveda food, nutrition, Pathya diet is all targeted to improve the tolerance of Rakta Dhatu. And we all know that immune cells and Rakta Dhatu, they are very closely associated. So when we are dealing with the allergies or allergic conditions in childhood or in adulthood, we concentrate, Ayurveda Vaidyas concentrate on Agni first, which is the digestive power. This Agni is not only associated with the stomach or macro digestion, but this Agni is also associated with the tissue formation or for the tissue quality also. So when you improve the
Sorry
Agni,
to interrupt, Rupali ji. Prakriti ji is saying that she got disconnected in between. If you could
okay.
repeat the answer, please.
Okay,
No, she will not remember.
So I was trying to tell that Ayurveda has connected allergies with the blood tissue or Rakta Dhatu. Ayurveda has also considered allergies as one form of indigestion So indigestion is the source of producing ama. Ama is nothing but the toxin, and this internal toxin which your own body is producing can, imbalance the immune response into the individual. So Ayurveda tries to improve the Agni. Ayurveda tries to improve immunity, and there are many formulations. There are Pathya diet which can reduce the allergy to some extent, and in many people you can also totally eliminate the allergies. So yes, Ayurveda do have beautiful solutions for various allergic conditions, rather by improving the diet, improving the digestion, just by improving the bowel habits can also significantly give multiple benefits in allergic patients. So this aspect is also missing in the modern science, just like um, uh, you know uh, we were talking about swastha vritta and the missing part in modern science. So this part is also missing. Modern science do not consider digestion along with the allergies, but everything starts from your stomach. So you have to trace back to stomach. You have to cure overall gut microbiome. Now the modern science is giving acknowledgement to your gut by gut health. So if you improve the gut health, if you improve the Agni, definitely allergic conditions can be cured, or can be, at least the severity can be reduced to much greater extent.
Also, Rupali ji, for this kind of questions that Prakriti ji has, or someone else may have these particular issues. So in Advanced Ayurveda, you will be helping the students make a complete diet chart. If I remember correctly, that is what we spoke in our last class, that Advanced
Yes.
Nutrition will focus on this. So if you could just build upon that a little, please.
Oh yes, yes. We will be covering that, and we will be also talking about allergy on a separate session. We will be talking about various cases, profession and diet, common health condition, and food remedies, or home remedies for those diet. We will be talking about many disorders for young ages, for old age, for childhood, and how to deal with by just using the food as medicine.
Uh, can we take this question from Jyotsna ji? How can we manage to cook in a family where members with different prakriti and doshas, and maintain nutrition food for everyone?
Yeah, very valid and very practical question, Jyotsna ji. Yeah, family is made up of different prakritis. Trust me, nobody matches each other's prakriti. So you don't have to cook food for everyone separately. There are few pathya food items, or there are a nice list that Ayurveda provides us, which you can use or which you can incorporate in your day-to-day cooking. For example, green moong, that is universal pathya. Whether you are Vata, whether you are Pitta, whether you are Kapha, green moongs will be going to pacify all three doshas. The same goes with the brown rice, honey, cow ghee, amla, turmeric, dry ginger. There are a huge list of food items which can be favorable to all prakritis. And we are also going to talk about this food list, which is called as Nitya Sevaniya Ahara. Nitya means regularly, Sevaniya means edible, Ahara means food. So there are food items which you can eat in any season, any for any person, without considering health condition, etc. So these are the universal pathya food items, and we will be talking about that in detail, how they benefits you, how to cook them, etc. At the same time, we will be talking about Anitya Sevaniya Ahara, which is the food items which you should very cautiously consume. That doesn't mean you should eliminate totally from your diet, but if you are consuming them, you have to be very cautious. You have to consider your prakriti, you have to consider your Agni, you have to consider your health condition, etc. So, this is the whole thing we are going to talk about in the advanced course, how to cook food which will match everyone in your family. which food to cook if somebody is sick in your family, if somebody is having fever, if somebody is having diarrhea, if somebody is having, cough, cold, any skin rashes, etc. So how to cook simple food for those people also, so that at the same time you are also going to eat that patha food, but that the people that person suffering from any health condition, he or she will also be benefited. So you don't have to cook separately. Ayurveda will not, increase your work in the kitchen.
So before we unmute Vijayji to ask us question, just one quick question from Keshavji. Which is better oil among corn, castor, canola, and Mazda oil for cooking?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So castor oil is very heavy oil for regular cooking. So do not use castor oil for tadka or for preparing vegetables or preparing dal or anything. But castor oil is very nice oil for Vata and Kapha pacifying purposes. So how to use castor oil? You can add 1 teaspoon of castor oil while kneading the chapati flour or while boiling the rice, or you can use um, while making parathas, bread, etc. So you don't have to heat the castor oil for that. You just have to add simple room temperature castor oil, 1 teaspoon, either when you are cooking the rice or preparing the roti atta or roti flour. Canola oil, I do not recommend canola oil. There is reason for that. I'll mention that. What was the another oil? Canola, castor,
Castor, corn, canola, and Mazda.
and masa. So I would like to mention one thing over here, because I cannot explain the properties of every oil with their boiling temperature, etc. here in one session. So I have written a book. The book name is Food Guru, and Food Guru is all about understanding the nature of food. Food Guru is all about Ayurveda nutritional theories. So there is one chapter which is dedicated to oils only. So 20 types of oils are described in that chapter, along with their Ayurvedic properties, along with their modern nutritional profile, along with their benefits for specific doshas, and which oil is good and which oil you should not use at all. So I do recommend that if you want to know more about oils, definitely that book will help you a lot. And in nutshell, when we are talking about oil, there are few oils you need to avoid all the time. First of all, very famous and popular vegetable oil, because multiple oils are mixed together in same bottle. Now these multiple oils are having different boiling points. So at one temperature, one oil starts boiling, but the other oil is not reaching its boiling point. So when the other oil reaches to its boiling point, the first oil, which is already reached to its boiling points, become trans fat. So by using vegetable oil, you are consuming trans fat, which is not at all good for your lipid profile, which is not good for your arteries also. So which oil is good for all? So rice bran oil, then coconut oil, then sunflower oil. To here in Western countries, I would also recommend avocado oil to some extent, because it is having higher boiling point. So there is a elaborate discussion on oils in that chapter. So I will definitely encourage all of you to read that.
Thank you, Rupali ji. And Vijay Kane, TA, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you. Yes, that book that Rupali ji has written, Food Guru, is a must read. Everybody, even if you don't take the course, reach out to her and she can send you that book. It's extremely valuable information. A couple of other points that I wanted to make was people with Vata Prakriti should not have raw vegetables. A lot of people are think that eating salads with a lot of raw vegetables, it's a great idea. But for people, and this is something you don't hear in Western medicine at all. This whole concept of Prakriti just doesn't exist. And then a couple of other things. I'm Maharashtrian, so is Rupali ji. So, and there might be some people in the audience. We make this item called shikran, which is uh, banana in milk. And my mother had it for years and years, and I used to tell her a few things, and she used to get angry at me because she grew up with it. So that is viruddha ahar. Milk products should not be mixed with fruits. And this is something that Rupali ji will teach in her class. Mango lassi is viruddha ahar. Um, Now, Rupalji, one thing I want to ask you was among your patients, you've been practicing for many, many years. Can you give some examples of some disorders that people have had that you were able to address or take care of, or at least partially take care of, just by dietary changes or getting them to follow Ayurvedic diets? If you can just give a few examples.
Sure, sure. In fact, all the non-communicable disorders, they can just be treated by modifying your diet. So talk about obesity, talk about PCOD, skin disorders, psoriasis, allergies, colitis, miles, fistula, migraine, not only physical disorders, but psychological disorders also have um, their roots in your gut. So, nutritional psychiatry is a separate branch that studies the importance of nutrients in, maintaining the mental health. So, by Ayurvedic nutritional intervention, we can also deal with the psychological disorders. So, I will say not only infectious disorders, but non-infectious disorders can also be beautifully treated by Ayurveda. Nowadays, atherosclerosis, dyslipidemia, or cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, pre-diabetic conditions, they are like soaring like anything. So by making many simple changes just in your diet, by avoiding Viruddhara, which you had brought up a very important point, Vijayji. Viruddhara is considered as the prime reason in Ayurveda for many non-communicable disorders. Even the infertility can be traced to the incompatible diet combination. An incompatible diet is um, this is such a uh, different or unique theory in Ayurveda, because incompatible diet will not cause any disorders the same day or the same week or next month, but it will somehow will be able to accumulate toxin over the period in your body, in your tissue. It will remove one brick every day. Um, Without, it is a silent killer basically. So yeah, you will definitely see the adverse effects of Viruddhara when your immunity is down, when you grow old, or when overall your tissue health is not good, then you will be suffering many disorders from Viruddhara. So by just modifying the diet, we can improve your physical and mental health to a greater extent.
Thank you,
I would like to
Rupali.
take question from Amit
Yeah.
Dave ji. Yeah, he is asking about how to address vitamin deficiency, B12 and D deficiency. Very important question. B12 deficiency is most of the times associated with the constipation, and constipation is one of the commonest health condition in not only United States, overall globally. So by just improving your digestion, by just planning your diet accordingly, along with your compatibility with the Prakriti, we can definitely address all the vitamin deficiency, not only D and B. And of course, in Food Guru, there are food classes which are rich in particular vitamins. They are also mentioned. So you don't need to be non-vegetarian to get vitamin B12. So there are various grains, vegetables, fruits, seeds, and some good spices and herbs which will be able to provide you vitamin B. And for D also there are uh, Very important thing, if you want to increase or if you want to, have a stable vitamin D level, you need to have good source of vitamin K also. So, uh, proper food and vegetables which are rich in vitamin K, they are also important to increase your vitamin D. So, all these things we are definitely going to discuss in the Ayurveda advanced course.
Rupali ji, on that note, would you just give us a few highlights of the Advanced Nutrition course? That will, I think, take care of many questions that are coming up.
Oh, sure.
What all
Sure,
you
sure.
will be teaching, what
Yeah.
all we'll learn.
Sure. So this course basically starts with how to take case, importance of getting the data from the client or from yourself. So if you want to design diet for yourself, you need to understand what exactly I'm looking for. So case taking is there. We will be talking about many case discussions about health conditions like I already mentioned about hypertension, obesity, PCOD, etc. So we will be discussing various cases and how to address those disorders on the level of nutritional intervention. We will be talking about AMA, which is a very important internal toxin, and which is very important because we are not at all aware that our simple food habits are causing AMA accumulation in the body. And this bioaccumulation of toxins will be responsible for immune related issues, for immunocompromised diseases, or for other non-communicable diseases. So we will be talking about that. We are going to talk about different life stages and what are their nutritional requirements according to Ayurveda, and of course modern medicine also. We are also going to talk about various professions. For example, if somebody is traveling a lot, whether their diet should be different. If somebody is singer, whether their nutritional requirements are different. Teacher, desk worker, or if somebody is traveling a lot, somebody is indulging in their work with their physical strength. So we will be discussing about profession and diet. Then we are going to talk about Nitya Sevaniya Ahara, Anitya Sevaniya Ahara, etc. So um, this is the next level application of all these Ayurveda theories into day-to-day practice. So you will be actually preparing some pathya recipes. We will be talking about different recipes. I'm going to encourage you to prepare some pathya recipes and share with us your experience. And I remember Vijay ji also prepared a very nice twist to his smoothie, Ayurvedic twist to his smoothie, and different recipes student prepared, and they gained confidence that okay, Ayurvedic recipes are very easy and we can also cook them on day-to-day basis. For example, soups, there we can talk about more than 25 soups which can be prepared within 5 to 10 minutes. So it will be very interesting to learn about all these recipes. Food Guru is also having more than 130 recipes. So it will be a great experience not only on theoretical level, Pragnaji, but students will be actually taking interest in their kitchen, and they will be doing practicals and experiments on their own based on the knowledge on every session.
Okay, and so now one question that many people ask us is that what are the prerequisites? So essential nutrition, if they have not done essential nutrition and still they want to do it, so how much of Ayurveda they should know to join this course?
Yeah, if they haven't done Ayurveda Essential course with me, but they have done any other Ayurveda course, or they know the basic concepts of Ayurveda like Tridosha, Agni, or six test theory, etc. So they can join advanced course. Otherwise, Essential is prerequisite for this course.
There is a question from Mona ji here. It seems very confusing to actually be able to digest nutrients because of Virodahar, and a lot of amount needs to be consumed to get minimum required nutrients. Can you list a couple simple things to implement, ways to fix wrong combinations?
Oh, sure. First of all, Viruddhara is not just mixing 2 or 3 food items together. Viruddhara is much more than, if I am Vata Prakriti and I am eating Vata increasing food, that works as Viruddhara. So it's not about just mixing the foods together. Incompatible food combination is more than that. But let's just talk about combinations first. We will be talking a lot about Viruddhara in advanced nutrition, but try to keep the food simple. For example, if you are having food, do not mix and match different cuisines together. For example, Chinese cuisine with the Italian cuisine, which is very common in India. Not only India, but exotic food and food experiments are going on globally. So do not mix cuisines together. Alcohol and food together, alcohol and sour food together, alcohol and deep fried together, meat and milk together, or high fructose. That means milk. High fructose. Any fruit juice or canned juice along with the meal together. So all these are examples of Viruddhara. And again, in my blogs and in my food group book, I have given so many examples of contemporary modern Viruddhara which you can easily eliminate. Sometimes a simple smoothie can also be a example of Viruddhara. Smoothie is not bad, but what you are adding into it illogically, that is bad. For example, if you are having a fruit smoothie, so keep it as a fruit smoothie or slushy. Do not add vegetables and fruits and yogurt and egg and protein powders, all these things together. Milk is good, egg is good, yogurt is good, protein powder is good, but all are good differently. You cannot every time combine them together. Okay, so you have to remember that. Spinach and paneer together in the smoothie, spinach and yogurt together in the smoothie. So you have to avoid these combinations. Stick to one food class when you are preparing smoothies.
Thank you, Rupali ji. So, Jyotsna ji has a question. May I know about detox diet and its importance, please?
Oh, this is like answer will be we have a separate course on detox detoxification, Jyotsna ji. So it is highly impossible to answer the question in few lines. But detox diet is the diet which is according to your Prakriti, which try to eliminate the overall ama through your body, which try to pacify the your Prakriti dosha. That is detox diet. Um, so
Okay, Upendra ji's, I can take this question.
yeah.
So, Upendra ji, this course begins on the 24th, if I'm not getting my, yeah, 23rd, sorry. 23rd ends on March 27th. It will be a total of 11 classes that you will have. Once a week is the class every Thursday, 8:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern. So the class will meet every Thursday for 1.5 hours. And we'll have, some quizzes, some experiments, some practicals that Rupali ji will be giving, and one term and assignment that we'll have to take. And the fee for this course would be $300. And all of you will be getting a recording of this session along with the course details and the registration link. So I would also recommend all of you who have, the basic knowledge of Ayurveda, the terms that Rupali ji has mentioned. So go ahead and register for this course. I'm sure it is going to be an interesting journey to learn. So Rupali ji, we have some more questions. We are almost at the top of the hour. So the ones that we haven't taken, we can just go ahead and quickly take a couple more questions.
Sophia, yeah, I think Sophia has asked a few questions. Yeah, Sophia, if you are not, tolerating the spices, it's about balancing all taste in your food. So spices belong to bitter and pungent category in Shadrasa theory. So we will be advising or we will be giving you alternatives for spices. Spices are basically they are very medicinal components of your diet. But if you are not comfortable with the spices, there are few herbs like coriander or dill or the curry leaves, rosemary, or a few grains are also having bitter pungent properties. Few pulses are having bitter pungent properties. So it's all about balancing your six taste in your diet. So definitely that can be manageable if you are not comfortable with the spices. And I think the first question we missed
Yeah,
on
the
that,
Rudraksh
Keshavji,
one,
were
yes.
asking, yeah, he was asking about Rudraksha to lower blood pressure. So you must be using them externally, Keshavji, if I'm not wrong. And frankly, Rudrakshas are not considered as in any formulation in Ayurveda. It's a totally different practice. Yeah, Rudraksha definitely has wonderful effects on blood pressure, even if you are wearing it or you are soaking them and having water. But if that should be real Rudraksha, that should not be, because nowadays um, cultured Rudrakshas are being sold. So if you are taking Rudraksha, which is real, I guess 1 glass of water is enough to soak them overnight, and then you can have water with that.
Rupali ji, before
Apologies
we
for
wrap up,
delaying the answer. He was, yeah.
Can you just give the audience some quick tips, some quick tips on how we can live in today's life, I would say, a modern westernized setting of living. So in general, for balanced nutrition,
Sure, sure. It's almost
any number of
9:31,
tips.
and yeah, I can conclude with this essence from Ayurveda. So, to answer your question, Pradnaji, only one word is enough, and we cannot answer. Even I have wrote so many books. So, Mitahara will be the answer for this question. Mitahara is a very beautiful concept that it talks about the balanced nutrition basically. What is Mitahara? The food which is compatible is Mitahara. What is Mitahara? The food which is having all six tastes together is Mitahara. What is Mitahara? The food is in a perfect quantity that is sufficient for your body to digest properly is Mitahara. What is Mitahara? Food which is compatible with the season, food which is compatible with the Prakriti, compatible with the dosha is Mitahara. What is Mitahara? Food which is promoting the excretory systems of your body, food which is encouraging the elimination of toxins from your body is also Mitahara. What is Mitahara? Mitahara is the food which nourishes your body, which nourishes your sense organ, which nourishes your mind, which improve your immunity, which improve your glow, and which overall provide you strength is Mitahara. So I will recommend that understand your Prakriti, understand your Agni, try to understand how much quantity you need for your Prakriti. And that's all we are going to talk in the course in Ayurveda Advanced Nutrition. So I will definitely recommend everyone to understand their own Prakriti, understand their own Agni, and to plan their own diet on day-to-day basis.
Thank you so much, Rupali ji. I think we can conclude this open house. Thank you for all the information that you gave us. I hope it was informative for all of you in the audience today. And whoever wants, more answers to their inquiries about Ayurvedic nutrition, diet, I would suggest please go ahead, register for the course. If you are not fit to, or you're not kind of eligible for advanced nutrition, please do consider the essential one when it's offered next. So we will share all the details with you over an email, and hope to see you all, or some of you at least, in our class. Thank you so much, Rupali ji. It was a pleasure hosting you and getting that questions answered. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste, all of
Namaste,
you.
everyone.